Hi, ladies and gentlemen. On today's episode of the 10x series, we're going to be talking about 10x mindset to scale up your business and your life. So, 10x mindset for business and life. There's an interesting story that anytime I hear it and I share it, it always mesmerizes me and also the audience. So, think about a situation whereby a man is carrying, say, a 50 liters keg of water and is going on a declining escalator. You know an escalator, right? An escalator is supposed to take you, either upwards or downwards. But this man has a 50 liters keg of water and is trying to climb a declining escalator. Now, this man tried the first time, he tried the second time, he tried the 10th time, but he could not achieve it. So a debate broke out that what was the man doing wrong? How can the man get up the escalator? Different people gave different opinion, but the most profound feedback that I got from this story is that the way the man can get across the escalator to the top of the building is if his rate of climbing is faster than the rate of the decline of the escalator. And that's the same thing with the Nigeria economy, with the Africa economy, and today the global economy. Because the global economy is in a steady decline. And like you, like I, we are the man with the 50 liters keg of water, and we're trying to climb a descending escalator. So the only thing you can do in your life and in your business to be able to get to the top of the building is to do what? To go faster than the rate of decline of the escalator. So if you did, you made say $1 million last year in your business, this year you are thinking that, okay, if I just increase it to $2 million, I'll be in a better state. The truth of the matter is that the rate of decline of the global economy is faster than your $2 million. Your $2 million in year two can be significantly lower in value than your $1 million in year one. So what you need to do is a minimum of 10x so that the rate of decline of the economy, inflation, rebasing, every single decline of the economy, you are ahead of it. The same thing about life, right? If you have something, maybe you have done 10 this year, and you're looking at, okay, next year, can I do 12? Can I do 15? I'm telling you that you will be worse off the next year than you were in the previous year. So the minimum you have to do is a minimum of 10x so that you are faster. Your rate of growth is faster than the rate of decline of the economy. And that's why this series is instrumental for your growth and success. So today I'm going to be sharing just 4 mindsets on how you can 10x your business and your life. So first mindset is to always think to be good at what you do. Being what? Good at what you do. Previously, being good, quality, delivering quality service, delivering a quality job used to be a competitive advantage. So if people are looking for, okay, who can do this for me? They say, okay, this guy is a quality guy. This guy can do this better. Previously, it's usually a competitive advantage. Unfortunately, in today's frugal economy, being good is a basic requirement. So you cannot say, oh, this thing, I've been doing this thing for the last 20 years. I've been doing this thing for the last 15 years. I have this strength. I'm better than X person. I'm better than my competitors. It's no longer a competitive advantage. Because if you want to 10x your business and your life, what you are currently doing, you must be exceptionally good at it, which is the normal requirement. So because there are more professionals nowadays, there are much more professionals doing things right now than 10 years ago, than 20 years ago. Previously, if you had a master's degree and you are applying for a job, you are looked at like the preferred candidate. If people want to move from entry-level role to managerial role, people assume that, okay, this guy, oh, you have a master's degree, so you go do a master's degree, you go do a PhD, you go do courses. For instance, accounting people, if they want to take a career climb, they go do ICANN, right? But today, Having a master's degree, having ICANN certification is a minimum requirement for even entry level. So bachelor's degree is now outdated. The same way people thought ND, school sat, college degree was outdated. Today, bachelor's is now outdated. The minimum requirement for entry level or even certain levels in organization is now a minimum master's degree. The minimum requirement for an accountant in an organization is now an ICANN. So what that means is that the first mindset you must have to achieve 10x your goal is to have the mindset of being good at what you do. Being good at what you do. That is the first one. So let's go into the second mindset. The second mindset is the mind of continuous learning. I love the Japanese philosophy, the Kaizen philosophy, which means continuous learning. So the Japanese have a mindset that every single day, just imagine you are growing at a rate of 1% in your craft every single day. You are growing at the rate of 1% in your business every single day. It means that at the end of a year, you will have grown by 365%. Isn't that amazing? So think of the laws that says that, you require 10,000 hours to become a master at something. Many of us are at the entry level of our craft because we have not mastered 10,000 hours. So I'll leave you to do the calculation of 10,000 hours because 24 hours just equals to 1 day. So think about it. How many years of uninterrupted practice will get you to a master's level in your craft? So having the mindset of continuous learning is a strategic mindset that will help you to achieve 10x in your business and your life. Because a problem cannot be solved at the same level of knowledge that problem was created. So think of yourself today. You are having a certain challenge. Maybe you want to break off your current financial state, right? And in that same state you are, with the same knowledge, with the same experience, with the same exposure, you cannot challenge that situation. You cannot challenge going above your current financial level because your current financial level, your current result in life is as a result of the outcome of previous decision that you have made in time past. Is as a result of your current mindset. Is as a result of your current level of knowledge. So what that means is that any problem you have today, with the same level of knowledge, you cannot tackle that problem. So what you need to do is to get a higher level of knowledge to be able to tackle the current problem that you have. Because we're in a competitive and fast-changing environment that you cannot remain the same person. Interestingly, the problems that our fathers, our grandfathers faced many years ago, those problems and today's problems are two different levels. If you want to use the mindset of the knowledge of 30 years ago to solve today's problem, you'll be in the past. Think of businesses like Nokia, businesses like, in that category, that they were so massive in those years. You want to think about the top businesses in the world, you'll be talking about Nokia. But a few companies came after you, the iPhone, the Apple Incorporated came and put Nokia out of business in just a few months. So that means that you cannot use the knowledge of 30 years ago, you cannot use yesterday's knowledge to solve today's problem. So you need to be in a state of constant evolving, constant knowledge acquisition. So you can't stay in the same spot every time. For instance, there are courses you can take. You are a graphics designer, you are a finance analyst, you are a programmer. There are courses to take. There are mentorship to join. You have a BSc today, take yourself to the next level. Have a master's degree, have a postgraduate diploma. If you have the opportunity, do a PhD. So it's not just about accumulation of certifications. It's about you thinking that I need to be better tomorrow than what I am today. So the greatest competition that you should have is the competition with your previous self. Your competition with your current version should be your greatest challenge. So tomorrow, how can I be better than who I was yesterday. So that is the second mindset. Now let's go into the third mindset that you need to have to 10x your business and life. And you can see that these mindsets are generic. We are not, talking about a specific industry. We are not talking about a specific person. These are mindsets that, irrespective of who you are a businessman, you are a pastor, you are an entrepreneur, you are working a 9 to 5. These mindsets are things that will help you to 10x your current state. So the third mindset that we're going to be talking about is the mindset of financial intelligence. I know finance, money are topics that we don't really like to talk about. But if you truly want to 10x your life and your business this year, one of the major things that you must do is to have a mind of financial intelligence. Now, the 80-20 principle is a principle that has been for ages. And people talk about, 20% of people achieving 80% of the result, while 80% of the people are fighting for the 20% result. As much as that is true for productivity, for business success, it is also true for finance. Because if you look at the world economy, Nigeria economy, the African economy, the global economy, you will see that 20% of the wealthiest people in the world control 80% of the resources. Why 80% of the people in the world are scrambling for the remaining 20%. You can see that's why you see that the gap between the rich, the super rich, and the poor is so wide. So the 80-20 principle is the same for productivity and the same for wealth. So what that typically means is that as a person, as a business, you need to rethink your finances. You need to rethink how you approach finance. So for instance, and this is all about knowledge. If you begin to think, when you begin to think about something, the law of attraction works and resources begin to come to you. So for instance, I hope you know that in Nigeria, for instance, people complain about challenges how to do with money. Oh, how can I break my current level to get to my first 1 million? How can I move from 1 million to 10 million? How can I move from 10 million to 100 million? And they are simple rules. So when you talk about the secret to success, secret to financial freedom, I can tell you that there's no such thing as secret. What we have are privileged information. And if you can begin to think about it, you begin to attract it. So for instance, there are financial products right now in Nigeria that as a young person with an average monthly payment, or say premium payment of say around 12,000, say a maximum of 15,000 on a monthly basis, you're a young person in Nigeria, you can consistently put that premium in a fixed income, right? And over the next 40 years, you go home with 100+ million. And it's available, right? So people have been scrambling about, okay, what can I do? What is a quick cash, strategy that I can use to make money? But there are available resources. There are finance houses, different places that you can rethink your resources, because you need to get to a place whereby your money begins to work for you. Your money begins to work for you, because there are different types of income. There's an active income. The active income is when you are personally involved in creating wealth for yourself. So you're an entrepreneur, you are a worker, you're working 9 to 5. Your salary is as a result of your active income. So you must be involved in work for you to earn. Now, the challenge with that place, as noble as it is, because the dignity in labor, as noble as that is that when you are sick, your capacity to make money reduces. When you are not motivated, your capacity to make money reduces. That's why you cannot stay at active income. So you move your active income and you move into what we call passive income. Passive income are activities that you do once and consistently produce money. So for instance, you write a book once, you put it online, you run continuous ads on it, and you begin to make money. That's an example of passive income. You do it once. You sing a song once, you put it online, you begin to make money. You make a video once, you put it online, and you begin to make money. The same thing goes with investment. So you take your money, you put it in a fixed income or a growth stock or anything that can produce you children for your money. So in Nigeria, that is available. With as low as 10,000 to 50,000, depending on your age, you can put your money on a monthly basis over a specific period of time, and you're going to be cashing out with 100 million after a certain period of years. And what is happening is the law of compound interest. That is what the rich do. So these guys that are controlling 80% of their of the world's wealth, what are they doing? Is that their money is multiplying itself. When they are sleeping, they are making money. But you, as an active worker, when you sleep, you are not making money. So you need to have a new mind for your finance, because rich people, they think about how to leverage time and money. How to leverage time and money. So these are the mindsets that you need to have to be able to 10x your business and your life. Because with more financial resources, there are more things you can do. More things you can do. So for instance, if you have an investment program that is supposed to give maybe 20% in 1 year, and you put $1 million there, you can only get 200,000 naira. Just imagine that you have enough resource to do 100 million. You'll be able, 20% of 100 million is 20 million naira. The distance is wide. So you need to have enough financial mindset, enough financial wisdom to be able to win in today's competitive business landscape. Now, the number 4 mindset for you to have to 10x your business and your life is time consciousness. Time consciousness. I developed an interesting theory of the name of the theory is the Mr. T theory. So what does Mr. T? MRTEE. What does it mean? It means maximum return in your time, energy, and effort. I repeat, maximum return in your time, your energy, and effort. Now, for you to 10x your life and your business, you need to ask yourself this question when you want to engage in any activity that will take your time, that will take your energy, and will take your effort. And the question is you ask yourself, is this the maximum I can get out of my time right now? Is this the maximum I can get from my energy right now? Is this the maximum I can get from my effort right now? Because you cannot outpace your invested time. You cannot outpace your invested energy. So for instance, think of selling a product. For instance, there are some products that are probably, let's use a product, for instance, I will not mention any product so you're not offended. Now let's take a product is 5,000 naira, for instance, Nigeria, a product in Nigeria. My question is that how many units of a 5,000 naira product can you sell to make $1 million naira? How many units of a 5,000 naira worth of product can I sell to make $1 million naira? And you begin to do the calculation, I think it should be about 200 units of that product. Now, to sell 200 units of a specific product is not child's play. It requires serious effort. And even selling a 5,000 naira product, get it to $1 million, spending 200 units, doesn't mean that the entire inflow is yours. It's just your revenue. It's not your income. So you need to think about it when you want to go into a business and say, okay, what business can I do that if I invest my time, the same 24 hours, the same person that is selling a 5,000 naira product, the same time is the person that is selling a 50,000 naira product, a 1 million naira product, a 10 million naira product, a 50 million naira product. So you need to ask yourself, okay, this thing I want to do, because you cannot buy time back. Time is one of the most critical resources. It's so precious that God gave everybody the same time. Nobody has more than 24 hours in an entire day. You wake up, every single person, both the rich and the poor, God gave us a level playing field of 24 hours. So what do? Is that the rich people think of how can I maximize my 24 hours? So they know that 24 hours is limited. What do? They begin to employ more people to multiply their 24 hours. So for instance, you are a businessman right now, and right now your business is doing an average of say 500K. Right, on a monthly basis, and you are the only person in that business. You are doing 500K. Now, it is wisdom for you to find somebody to employ. Let's assume you employ somebody, you are paying the person maybe 100,000 naira. In your mind, you'll be feeling that, paying somebody 100,000 naira out of 500,000 naira is significant. Yes, I know it's significant, but you have built a system in your business that you are making 500,000 naira constantly on a monthly basis. So what you need to do is to bring in someone, say pay the person 100,000 naira, and allow the person to maintain the 500,000 naira monthly inflow. It's not an operation because you have done it over and over again. Get somebody in, guy, take this 100,000 on a monthly basis, maintain a 500,000 naira inflow based on the business operation. Then you, as the founder of the business, as the owner of the business, now shift yourself to be, okay, what can I do to make 5 million naira, to take this business for 500,000 naira to 5 million naira on a monthly basis? You now begin to think, because if you are engaged in the 500,000 naira activities continuously, you cannot think strategically to 10x that business. So you need to, that has been operational, bring somebody in, let the person manage it, then you focus on how can I get to 5 million naira. You can go for a retreat, you can read books, you can think, and you come up with ideas that will transform your business. But in most cases, people just feel that, oh, why should I be spending this much money on bringing somebody in? But you don't understand that what you have just done is that you have multiplied your time. Say, for instance, you have 8 hours of working hours. Only you. What you have practically done is that you have bought additional 8 hours. You are cheating life. You are cheating nature. You have 8 hours that you should work. You have employed somebody and you have taken the person's 8 hours. That's about multiply. So that is what the rich people do. How can I multiply my time? How can I multiply my time? Because if you multiply your time, 16 hours to achieve one goal is more possible for you to achieve it than just 8 hours. So think about, how can I multiply my time? So in most cases, people think about cost and you don't think about benefit. That's why somebody will feel that it is cheaper to enter bus from Lagos to Abuja than to fly, because they feel that, okay, if I want to fly, I spend maybe 150,000 naira or 200,000, as the case might be. But if I want to enter bus, I'll take 50k. So they also feel that, okay, it's cheaper, the distance. It's because you do not understand the consciousness of time. Because that same time that you spend almost like 10 hours on the road. But if you fly, you spend 45 minutes. So let's assume that you fly, getting on the plane, coming down from the plane, you spend a total of 1 hour, and the person on the road for 10 hours, you have 9 hours to create the money that you can use to even fly 10 other aircraft. So you need to begin to think in a different way to increase your time and your life. Then one final one, I'm giving you a bonus point right now. Are you ready for me? In 10x mindset, to do what? To improve your business and your life. And the final bonus point is the mindset of establishing relationship. Now, I fight people a lot because business people or people into things, they just feel that when I receive something from a second person, that is the end of that relationship. That's wrong. Especially in a business relationship, maybe you have a customer, the customer buys a product and you just, you make money from that transaction and that's all. You must begin to change your mind about relationship, because many a times, if all you have is what you use your money to pay for, you are poor. All you have is what you can use your money to pay for. I'm telling you, you are significantly poor, because you should be able to spend relationship. Now, for instance, now you could find yourself in a business discussion, and because you have an established relationship, people say, some people have favoritism, some people have luck. These things as a result of the people that they know. So it's not just about what you know, it's also about who you know. Because what you know can only take you to a certain level. Who you know will take you to the next level. So think about it. They say that, you cannot, jump into success. You have to be invited into success. And invitations are extended by men. Invitation are extended by men. Because if God wants to bless you, as you are a prayerful son, you do a lot of things, you do a lot of things, spiritual activities on earth. If God wants to bless you, God will send a man. So a man will invite you from your current level to the next level. So you need to think, how can I constantly establish a relationship? But some people take it wrong. They just look at people and what they see, how can I benefit? That is the wrong way to do it. If you are in that constant state of how can I benefit from this person constantly, you are going to do a lot of wrong things. Because when you see somebody, you are already thinking about money. How can I make money from this person? How can this person take me to the next level? How can this person improve my life? How can this person give me money? You are thinking about it wrong. How you should think about it is how can I be a person of value? So don't think about being a person of success. Always think about being a person of value, because the rich know that people that come around them are people that want to receive from them. That's why people always say that, oh, rich people are stingy, rich people don't want people in their network. The reason why that is because people have parasitic mentality. People have vulture mentality in wanting to come and collect, in wanting to come and take from them. So what they try to do is that they try to protect, their environment. But as a person to break into that environment, all you need to be is to be a person of value. So I remember, many years ago, but when I started my career, I got into pertinence as an organization. They had no opening there. So what did I do? I spoke to one of my mentors there, and I said, okay, I wanted to volunteer. That can I volunteer with you guys? Don't worry, don't pay me for this period. And I